more episode until we are just normal, sober human beings. We're not going to do anything too out of the weirdness of it. Anyways.
We are Elon Musk.
Yeah, we're going to Elon Musk it for the next episode. This is your host, Joe.
And Lauren.
Welcome to episode 419 of the Dead Pixels of the Internet.
And
Speaking of which, it's going to be legal, apparently, in Chicago, at least Illinois, soon.
Yeah, apparently.
Yes.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're back.
Yes, we back after we missing a week.
Yeah, whatever.
Complications. I was sick.
No, you were dead.
Uh-huh.
You just got revived with when I physically started your heart again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, he's good again.
Yep.
Anyways.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
what's going on, people? It's like the last week of October, next week at least, but
Yeah.
this is gonna be the last episode of October.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna be going somewhere.
He'd be going somewhere, and
Yeah.
I'll be at different stores.
Wow.
Yep.
Anyways, so let's go talk about the things again.
Yes.
So apparently, this is the thing that's kind of near and dear to our heart, but MCU movies apparently are not movies anymore. So
Apparently not.
So I'm just like,
According to one director.
Francis Ford Coppola, and I think Martin Scorsese
yeah.
also said something like that. Which
So what are they now? Is they just experience?
they said they're more like amusement park rides, which I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Okay.
I do respect their work.
Mhm.
I mean, Martin Scorsese is just the cool.
He's a great director, and Francis Coppola is also a great director.
Yeah.
But I have to say I disagree describing the MCU movie, the universe, as a roller coaster. Just like
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like you just get on, and then all these cool spectacle things happen, and you just get off and all that stuff. Sometimes I feel like, hey, sometimes those moments stick with you, you know? Especially Endgame. I mean, it feels. I'm pretty sure they feel very frustrated. Like if you're living in a time right now and you don't like superhero movies, you'd be disappointed.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, this is not real cinema. This and blah blah. I say, well, there's a different term of cinema. Cinema means it's such a big. It's not broad and like, oh, it had to be artsy, it had to be this and that. Like if you look at for example, Joker movie, you take like the whole back concept, like, oh, it's a superhero movie. That is a fantastic movie. You don't have to deal with anything with Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
But it had to be involved in this whole like comic book, superhero villain universe. Now it's like, oh well, that's not a movie then. Like, well, it has like esteemed actors towards it. It have all this other actors. Like, so let me ask you this: so are you telling me, like, for example, like Pulp Fiction? That's not a movie. That's not a great movie, or Django Unchained. Oh well, it promotes too much violence, or it's like it promotes slavery, or like all this that. So that's not a movie. Like, well, you guys did like. The Godfather. That's traditionally like, oh, it's a kind of like a mock of like, oh, like Italian American, like the mob and everything else. Like how how the mob supposed to work in that area. And you just taking concept like the Marvel movies are taking concept for comic books. You guys take concept of like pretty much of non-fictional or fictional things. Like, oh well, this is how the mob runs. Apparently, quote unquote. I just had to say, opinions is like an asshole. They all have difference. They all everyone has a different asshole.
And also, fuck them. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, my thing is just like
Joe 19. Fuck them. Why not?
2019 run for campaign.
Almost in the war. Fuck it. Why not?
The thing is, for me, is like I also like. Okay, we do love the Marvel movies, but I also love the other movies too. I'll watch a weird indie movie here now and again.
Yeah.
If something has a good enough like hook to it, I'll be like, I'll watch that. Like those really. Man, I say like one of my favorite movies is like Whiplash is like that's not a big old Marvel movie right there. I just tell you that right now. It's one of my favorite movies. And I can go along and say that Endgame is also one of my favorite movies. Just because, man, we'll get to it more later, like by the end of the year, because that thing right there, I still almost just watch every day. Like this is a good movie.
But
well,
it just,
I can't watch it all the time, but you know.
But it's just like come on, man,
I just feel like if you're also growing up like in the 50s or 40s, and then you hated cowboy movies, you will be pretty much angry with you know what's going on right there. Like there's so many cowboy movies. Like well, that's just a product of the time right there. Will it still be relevant like next couple of years? I feel like it should be, only because man, this is like this trend of like having superhero movies be like actual big bucks and all that stuff. While we had like some pretty decent ones like that weren't Marvels. You know, DC's now trying to throw their hat in the ring. Like, okay, we got Shazam, we got Joker, we got
all these different movies. Yep.
And then I don't know, man. Like I said, I personally think like if you don't like it, I mean, it's not your thing. You don't have to say like you don't have to trash everyone that likes those types of movies. You know, just be like, I don't like it. You know, just say that.
Like, I feel like it's
the same way. It's just like I'm not gonna go out there and start like screaming at everyone that likes Big Bang Theory. Like you're an idiot, you're stupid, you're dumb. It's like okay, you like it, but
it's not my cup of tea.
I don't. I personally don't like it. The same way people are like, oh, I hate this show, but then they watched all seasons. I'm like, why did you continue watching that show? I mean, I can say that too. Like, I can say I don't like Big Bang Theory because I watched like 10 or at least like 8 or 7 episodes of it. And just from 8 and 7 episodes, I'm just like, I don't like this show, you know? I'm not going to go my way to watch every single one, just say like, I don't like it because of this. And it's like, dude, no. Come on now. Anyways, but yeah. Watch the movies, man.
Enjoy movies.
So, anyways, you're talking about a music.
Yes,
a music.
A music. So this, if anyone was asking if I'm gonna review the Kanye album, let me check on iTunes. Kanye, okay. Kanye West, okay. Kids See Ghosts, no. Do you have King is Jesus came out today, pretty much. Alex apparently listened to all right.
It shows who listens to the album in your friends?
Yep.
Wow. That's weird.
Yep. And so it just has Alex's name.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't listen to King is Jesus.
How about we both listen to it and tell you about it next time?
Well, the thing is, it's more of a gospel type of thing.
We'll see what happens.
And I'm like, not my speed, but I would take a listen to it. It's only 27 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm like,
is it really an album then?
Yeah, it has 11 tracks.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I will check it out then. Jesus is King. Sure.
Okay.
But the album I want to talk about is Desert Section's new album, well, volume 11 and 12. And the album is called, volume 11 is called Arrivederci, Despair.
Arrivederci.
And the volume 12 is called Tightwads, Nitwits, Critics, and Heels.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. And I have to say this. Anyone who knows, I enjoy Queens of Stone Age stuff. I enjoy the whole California scene of group of rockers. Like, you could pretty much like, oh, Queens of Stone Age, Deftones. You can even add like Korn back in that time frame, or like even Foo Fighters, because Foo Fighters is West Coast, and like Washington, California, like any California type of vibe, like the West Coast bands, I do enjoy. But like the Queens of Stone Age holds like a dearly heart because it's like number 1, number 2 in my hearts, because like Deftones and like Queens of Stone Age number 1, number 2, and like depending on which moves, whatnot. So I followed the Desert Sections when I was like liking Queens of Stone Age, and when I got my fulfill, I was like, oh, what is this other thing? Like the lead singer Josh Homme like producing. So oh yeah, it's the Desert Sections. It's just all the stuff he gets for a bunch of different artists, and he's not really like, he plays like guitar, but he's like, oh, I just want to do like other stuff, other instrumentals. So sometimes he play drums, or he like play keyboard or piano, all this other stuff. He's like multi-talented. And he just have all these different artists just come out in the middle of the desert and like perform stuff, like to gather in this little like Joshua Tree place and make an album.
That's a funny way to describe it. It's like it's a Joshua Tree place. Like
it's just if you El Rancho de Luna. I'm not plugging them, but that's like their studio, and they have like a little small like recording studio and stuff, like out in the desert. But like the last album came out, the Desert Section, volume 9 and 10. It came out in 2013. Not 13, 2003.
Oh my god.
So
that's a big gap.
So that's a big gap from volume
16 years.
Yeah, 16 years. It's completely just like what happened to Desert Section. It's like, yeah, you got like a bunch of Queen's albums and those Crooked Virtues and all this other stuff that Josh's been doing. But it's just like, oh man, like everybody been like, oh man, I can't wait to be like the new Desert Section, blah 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 blah. And that's it been like a month ago. It's like, oh, new Desert Section album come out like in a month from now. Here you go. Cool, awesome. And that's he's like, oh, it's featuring like Matt Berry.
Matt Berry, the actor?
Yes, Matt Berry, the actor.
That's so weird.
Yeah, exactly. Matt Berry, the actor. Carla Czar, like all these different. Even Les Claypool was on this album.
Wow.
And like Billy F. Gibbons, like the guitarist from ZZ Tops, he's on this album.
Wow.
And like just all these different like artists and Jake Shears and like just pretty much all these eclectic people. Like they had like I think like 8 to 9 people was on this album. It's only 8 tracks, and like you can tell it's just all like it's the quickest half hour of those 8 tracks because you just like listening. You just like, yo, I'm done. This is well, okay. This is weird. It had this weird. It's like a weird experimental thing because there's certain sounds you be like, what the fuck is that? And you be like, it's like a strange guitar or like strange like. It's just pretty much a very experimented album, I have to say, and I enjoyed it last night when I was going home on my bike. I said, I wonder is volume 11 and 12 is on Apple Music, and I looked like, holy shit, it is on there. So okay, let me listen to the first track, Mood Together. And I was like, okay, pretty smooth everything else. So I'm like, listening, I was like, is that Billy Gibbons singing? I'm like, okay, because I'm like, could tell a little bit raspy voice, and then I go by track list. Like, then this next song was pretty much on Noses and Roses Forever. And kind of like sound like a Queens of Stone Age song, but it's like more like trippy and weird and like audio sync. Like, okay, like, oh, like some songs, like certain stuff comes out like you can hit the guitar on the right ear. Like, no, if you have headphones on, sometimes, they play with the mixing, so it's like, oh, like you hear different sounds on the right side than the left side. It's like little mixing tricks, whatnot. Look at us, we talk about mixing.
Wow.
But
we had a mixer.
Yeah. But it was like you can hear like audio coming from your left side, and usually like, oh, like stereo monos, like, okay, you hear audio coming from your left side, and then you hear like
vocals on the right. Like a Beatles.
Like a Beatles, but then you hear like a heavy guitar or something like just like a strum. But it's just that track is so weird, and then it cuts off and then goes back into like stereo. Like, what the fuck is that? It's fucking trippy. Instrumental track, far east from the trees, and you can like it's like a pretty much just nice, cool, relaxing background music, and just like, man, this is kind of cool. A very kind of classy song, like pretty much like cowboy. And I say cowboyish, but kind of like a country song. Like if you run, that's a really good track. It kind of remind me of like just like old timey stuff. Cause like how like the strumming the guitar and then like pretty much how just the cymbals just crash. It's just an interesting track. It's a very good track. Crucifier. It's a fast-paced song that like with just heavy drums and like heavy guitar, like just pretty much just goes fast, and it just like the not scream vocals, but like high pitched vocals, like fire. It's just like it's so weird, and I have to say I enjoy it. It's weird. Another track that's pretty much I think is just a dumb, silly, awesome track is Cheek Treats. Like Cheek Treats, and that's the track that's featuring Matt Berry, and Matt Berry's like pretty much like background vocals, like he's like pretty much in body voice, and like the other person, I forgot how to pronounce that other person's name, but like singing like in a like speaking English, but you can tell the person is have like a Swedish type of middle, like from a European accent. It's very strong influence. It's pretty dumb and silly. Something Your Eyes Can See is kind of like a sad, pretty much catch you in the feeling type of ballad. And it's kind of like, man, this is a emotional kind of song. And the last track is Easier Said Than Done, and it reminded me of a Queen of Stone Age song, Fair Weather Friends, because Fair Weather Friends off of the, was it like Clockwork album, was featuring with Elton John, and you can hear Elton John in the song. And and Easier Said Than Done kind of remind me of that, but like with the piano ballad, and then how it ended like on a certain high, just like the last note kind of end in a high note, and just invertly erupts, it just stops, and then that's the end. And I'm like, that's it? Because I remember just listening home, I got home, like listening to the song, and I thought it was something else, like that build up, and then just stop, and I'm like, what the fuck? I said, that's it? Then it's like goes back to track one, just like, holy shit, that album was fast. I'm like, well, I guess it's just like most artists is now, it's like, okay, we go do, instead of like having like 10 or 20 tracks, like 10, 15 tracks, and like with fillers and shit, like, oh, well, this song can make me good,
yeah.
maybe this song, no, it's just like, no, we go give you 8 strong tracks, don't care, it's a half hour, boom, here you go.
Oh, that's good to know.
Get you in and out, and then you're like, okay, wow, cool. So if you a fan of Queen of Stone Age, you would love this album. You will check this album out, I would say. Also, another album I would check out is the Mini Matches album, new album. I think so. Priest or someone came to the bar. I forgot. Hold on, let me look. No, not that. Not Kanye. No, get out of here, Kanye. No.
Man, you mentioned it more times than you should have in this episode.
So. A guy walks into a bar. That's the album you guys should also check out, because that is a good album as well too.
A guy walks into a bar.
Mm-hmm. Because that's kind of
his alcoholism is killing him. End of joke.
Boom. No, it's up to a different type of speed, but it kind of like have that little simp alternative rock towards it. But yeah. I didn't review our album in quite a while, so there you go.
What was the last album we reviewed? I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember.
What was the best album you heard this year? I'm trying to think. Like, I don't even know.
I had to look through my
Your recently played.
My not recently played, but you have to look through your library, and you have to be like, okay, well, what's the album that came out this year? Everything else, and like not comparing singles. Well, singles I do compare, but I don't know.
That's funny.
Prince original albums came out, but that's a pretty good album. But that's like all his mixes that came out this year, but it was like he made like years past. That's another album I would recommend people if you want to listen to all the songs that Prince that he wrote, performed, like Prince performed Manic Monday. Yeah. Prince actually gave that to the Bengals and be like, here you go. And they performed it and they made it. And if you want to listen to the Prince version, it actually sounds like something Prince would write. Also on Jungle Love. Yeah, like More Stay in the Times. Nope, that was a Prince song. He gave it to More Stay in the Times. And you can listen. Yep. And you can listen to that song like. And if you listen to Jungle Love and you listen to More Stay Jungle Love, you're like, I can hear Prince in the background. And also another album that's another song, Nothing Compares to You. Yeah, the Sinead O'Connor song. No, that was a Prince song.
Wow.
So he gave it to Sinead O'Connor. Well, Sinead O'Connor covered that song. Okay. Because it was a cover song from another Prince, because Prince made shitload bands. Like shitload different personas that Prince was in. They said, I'll just go ghostwrite for you guys.
Wow.
And you guys perform it. And he did this other band that he was a part of like in the late 80s. And Sinead O'Connor like, oh, this sounds so cool, let me cover it. And they're like, oh yeah, this is a Prince song. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty funny. check out that Jay and Silent Bob reboot when it comes out.
It's out.
I know it's out already, but the more I see it, I'm just like this. Oh God, I don't know what's going on with this movie. I don't want to, be disappointed like I did when I watched Yoga Hose, which to say like, Kevin Smith, what the hell are you doing, man? He's got Chris Hemsworth in it, which is so weird to me. Like,
he was in town like this Monday.
What's he now?
Mm-hmm. He was at the talent the Music Box. Oh, doing James Silent Bob, just that like the stand up stuff.
Oh,
legend questionnaires and all this other stuff. So, my friend went. Oh
yeah.
Went there. My best friend and her husband went there.
Okay.
So because they big Silent Bob's fan because they love Kevin Smith. So I was like, oh, I'm jealous. I'm like, I hope they told me they enjoyed the show. So I'm like, that's awesome.
Did they didn't do like a meet and greet? Did they just to show it up there and just see him and then you didn't meet any of the people over there or anything like that? No.
Probably so, maybe, but those tickets always be high as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Don't want to say anything like, oh, I don't want to see Kevin Smith. I see him, but I don't want to pay for to see him.
Like, if I see Kevin Smith out on the streets, I'll be like, hey, what's up? And everything else. Yeah. If you ask me, do I want to see his stand up? I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't care.
Yeah, sure.
But if you ask me, do I have to pay like if I'm going to a convention, pay like $200 something for sit there with a picture, then I'll be like, no, because that's the type of stuff like.
It's this thing I can't do. Yeah. I mean, I used to do that back in the day. Mm-hmm. I think I did that during the first few Wizard Worlds I was at, and then I was like, oh man, what was I thinking? Come on now. Anyways.
Because that's be like the only access you pretty much get to people. It's like I could see these people out in the street, and then you'd be like, "Hey, what's up? Can I get a picture with you?" Or saying like getting charged like $200 from this company,
this convention. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so a movie came out on Netflix that people have been waiting for a long, long time,
which I still didn't see because I've been working.
Wait, did you see all of Breaking Bad before though, or? Oh, you did see all of Breaking Bad.
I just saw recaps.
You didn't see the entire series?
No, I saw like some little recaps.
Oh my god!
Little like scenario things, the synopsis stuff.
Well, let me just say this though: if you haven't watched Breaking Bad, you shouldn't watch El Camino because you're just gonna be like, "What the hell's going on in this thing?" Because it's straight up just like, "Oh, what happened afterwards?" And then you can say like, "Oh, that's what happened after. That's cool."
Oh, that's what happened to this character. This is what happened to
I'm not going to spoil anything for El Camino, but Breaking Bad has been out for like
10 years, I think.
No, it ended 2013.
Okay.
So it's been about 6 years since it's been out.
But when was released, though?
It was released, so it was 5 seasons, so it's been around for at least 2009. So
yeah, so 10 years.
10 years since that show's been out. And if you know, to me, that's a show that's the closest I can say it was a perfect show. Mm-hmm. I love that show. A lot of people do too. Mm-hmm. And it's understandable because that show was such a good, just like original story. Mm-hmm. It had a point, and it had complex characters. The writing was really good, and the direction was amazing. The everything about it was just top notch. So to see that it ended was like, it was a good ending. I was like, oh, I like that ending.
Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm surprised that they pulled it off because usually
it's very hard to close a show like that.
Yeah, usually shows are you can say like, oh, they were good up until the ending.
Yeah, it's just like with The Walking Dead. Walking Dead is now like, oh, it was so good, so good. Now it's like, when this show's going to end.
Yeah, exactly. They can't do that. It's their cash cow right there. Mm-hmm. Especially after Breaking Bad's over,
Yeah.
And I want to get back into watching Better Call Saul, but oh man,
too much.
It's a lot of show to get through, and it doesn't hook me as much as Breaking Bad did because there's a lot of like lawyer talk inside Better Call Saul. And if you like that, that's cool. But to me, it's like, oh man, so much red tape and stuff that you got to get through. But I hear it's just as good. But it's just its own thing. So yeah, this is the story of Jesse Pinkman. If you know what happened at the end of Breaking Bad, it's a pretty rough thing to get through, but he escapes. That's the thing. And then it shows what happens afterwards. So there you go. And they could have left it off alone either way. Like at the end of season 6 of Breaking Bad, they could have just been like, that's it right there. But no, god damn it.
Keep touching my knees, why don't you?
And no, but they were just like, you know what? I feel like there's one more story to tell. And if it wasn't written by the same guy who actually did it, Vince Gilligan, it wouldn't have been the same. He knows how to provide tension with like almost minimal dialogue and just visual cues, which is really good how he does it. And it's a slow burn type of movie, which is the show was a slow burn type of show, where you feel the tension and you're just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen here? The thing that's funny is though, the guy who played Todd in this in the series, he got noticeably fatter, and so you can see if you watch it straight through and you went to the movie, you'd be like, how the hell did he get so fat in one scene?
Yeah,
and it's just funny to me because like, I know it's like kind of like they probably were like, oh, we don't have time for you to get thin again, so we'll just shoot you as is. Because for the most part, I think Jesse Pinkman looks just about the same as he did. He didn't noticeably get any bigger or skinnier. He just looks like he does. Yeah. And yeah, I really liked it. I was like very satisfied to see how it ended. I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. I don't think it should continue because there's no other stories to tell, and it's a pretty big get for Netflix to get this type because they released it in theaters too.
Yeah.
And then there was like this small video of like they showed at the Alamo Drafthouse. If we had an Alamo Drafthouse type of theater here, that would be great, But he showed it there and he showed up and then people were just like excited to see him showing up like, hey, it's Aaron Paul. People like him apparently more than Walter White inside that thing. I was like, I know, but Walter White did some really awful things in that show. And at the point you're like, I don't know if you should be cheering for Walter White anymore because he basically, like, from how that show started to how it ended, it was like the characters in there just got so like, oh man, I don't know how to feel this anymore. The funny thing is too, I remember the day of my friend's wedding, I saw our friend Sunster, and he's a guy who doesn't really watch a lot of shows. I remember talking to him. I saw him like, so, did you see Breaking Bad? He's like, oh yeah, I saw the entire series like last night. I'm like, holy shit, really? So yeah, he's like, yeah, I love that show. I'm like, yeah, me too. And we just talked about that. And when I saw him again, and then I was like talking to him, he's like, oh, did you see El Camino? He's like, yeah, I saw it. It was a really good ending. I'm like, I know, right? It's a good movie. I liked it a lot. And like I said, it's only good if you watch the show. If you haven't watched the show, I can't honestly recommend you watching this movie. There's only so many things that you can watch and just be like, oh yeah, I know that reference to this guy. I know this guy was from the series too. I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, yes, that's a good movie. Oh man, but also was on Game Pass right now.
Yes,
is The Outer Worlds, and I'm glad that us Xbox owners are kind of just like having fun with our with our fun game. I mean, it's multi-console. That's the thing. It's coming out on PS4 and it's coming out on
but it's free if you have Game Pass.
Yeah, which is again a good get.
Yes,
for us.
Even if you get like the Game Pass Ultimate, which it's a really good deal if you pretty much break it down. Like you get Xbox Live, plus PC, plus Game Pass. Yeah, that's a fucking steal.
That is a steal. They're at least doing where it's like affordable for you to get this.
Yeah,
the way the PS5's looking, it's like it's gonna be this many dollars. I'm just like.
Well, I'm guessing it'll be like and also it'll be like two different consoles. Be like, oh, there's the PS5 regular and then the PS5 Pro, which is be like,
just make it a Pro.
Yeah, just make it a Pro though.
Yeah,
make it a Pro, yo. Yeah. But it's just like, no, continuing with Outer Worlds, and we go talk about.
Outer Worlds is really good. From what I played so far, I'm just like, this is a good game, because it reminds me so much of like Fallout and how much I love. Well, the Obsidian made New Vegas, which is people say like the best one, which I'm like, I agree so because there's like they had a thing with like with factions, you had to side with a faction. Fallout 3 didn't have that. You kind of just join whoever, and you do whatever you want.
You end up with the Brotherhood still, because that's the main focus apparently.
Yeah, and this one there's the Power Rangers, now the Powder Gangers. That's the joke, and Yes, the Brotherhood of Steel, and then New Republic of California, and I played that game a lot though. I remember playing Fallout 3 and New Vegas a lot, and I really like New Vegas is fun because I like the gambling part of it. So I was like, oh yeah, I should play like you're actually playing blackjack. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, they made this one. They made Obsidian made the Outer Worlds, and it kind of just feels like the way I can best describe it is, remember when Mighty Number 9, Recore, Ukulele, those games that came out, and they're kind of just in the same vein of the games that they're just the creators trying to break off from their thing, or like Bloodstained too. It's kind of like that. Obsidian broke off from Bethesda, or I don't know if they broke off, but they were the original creators of Fallout, and they're doing their own version, which is great because I like the dialogue is really good, the missions are fun, because it's just like inside the missions in New Vegas where you kind of just like there's kind of like a morality to it. Should you help this guy out, but the town will hate you, or do it sneakily and then no one will find out if you did it. Yeah, that's what I liked about that. And people still say like Fallout 4 was kind of a disappointment. Like, I don't know, I enjoyed Fallout 4. It's not as good as the other ones, but I still liked it a lot enough to play it all the way to the end. Yeah. But the DLC for that, I remember when I played the DLC, I was just like, maybe it's no more. I can't play this game anymore because it's just so padded out. And I like the fact that in this one you can kind of just play a snarky jerk for no reason. You can just go out there and people ask you like, "Where are you from?" It's like, "I'm from Shut Your Face," stuff like that. You can just be a jerk for no reason. All that stuff. And then like I remember in one mission I had to like somebody was asking for medicine, but then the lady's like, "Don't give it to him. He's just a liar." So at that point you're kind of like, who should I trust? You can't really know. So instead I just gave it to the lady because like, you know what, maybe you're trustful. And he's like, yeah, I'll give this medicine to the people. And I was like, you have the option to go back and ask the guy, tell the guy like, I didn't give you the medicine. And I did that. I'm like, I'll just go back and tell it to him because it's funnier that way. I go and it's like, oh yeah, your medicine, I didn't get it for you. He's like, why not? I'm like, I gave it to the lady. He's like, how does it feel to have doomed an old man to death? Are you happy? And there's one option. He's like, it feels kind of good. I just chose that. I'm just like, that's something I feel like I would say. I liked it though. I like it a lot. So if you got Game Pass, go get this game right now. Yeah. I only scratched the surface of this one, but I'll definitely, it's definitely one of the better games this year. Well, what were you about to say about the Game Pass?
But when you mentioned about Fallout.
Oh, Fallout.
Let's talk
Fallout
about
76 and
76.
And what Bethesda's claiming to do, man. Bethesda,
no, they doing.
I mean, well, yeah. Bethesda used to be one of the coolest, companies of all. But ever since after Fallout 4, they kind of just like, what the hell happened?
Like, what the hell? What's going on?
There's still the guys that make. Well, not the ones that making Doom, but they backed Doom. And
but that's delayed.
That's delayed until But what they're doing now is a subscription fee. Everyone loves subscriptions. All right.
A subscription fee for Fallout 76.
Yeah.
The game that's broken? Yes. We are going to do a subscription fee for $13 a month for $12.99.
Yeah.
Or $100
a year.
A year. You'll get pretty much private servers, all the nooks and cranny, monthly atoms, a tent so you can fast travel to place, and like all this ammo and all this other stuff. And you'd be like, we listen to the community. Okay.
They shouldn't go back to E3. That's
they'd be like, you listen to the community. The community said to do this stuff, but y'all was going to do it for free because that's what one of you guys said.
Yeah.
No, when the game released, said that we not going to do no microtransactions. The only time microtransactions is like for costumes. But everything in-game stuff will be for free. That's what the guy said. And now you guys like, know what? No, fuck that. Fuck that guy's statement previously. We doing this all subscription fee, baby.
Yeah.
Like you can get all this for a whopping $100-something
a year.
A year.
If that game even sticks around that long.
And be like, who's going to sign for? I know some people are like, I love Fallout 76. Like, well, that's just you. But I would say it's like you want to, like you go, with
Yeah.
with that $13, you can get.
You can sign up for Netflix for $2 more.
You can sign for Netflix.
You can get
No, you can sign for Netflix for $2 more with unlimited like screens or 3 screens or more.
3 screens.
Yeah, 3 screens. You can get Game Pass for
just about the same price.
Just about the same price because Game Pass is like $10. So like that's under that. You can get PlayStation Now for the same price as Game Pass. You can get freaking Nintendo Online for cheaper. That's half of Nintendo Online.
And Disney Plus.
And Disney Plus.
Way cheaper.
Half of that.
Yeah.
Hulu, half of that.
Yeah.
You can do so many different stuff.
Yeah.
Under that price and be like, why? Just simple like, why? First off, okay, I see if the game was great. I can see the game was good. Like,
if it was a wow.
It was a wow, man.
A wow killer.
Yeah, man, this is great, everything. I was like, but you guys didn't fix the game.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did.
No, they did not. The game's still broken. I saw YouTube highlights. The game's still fucking broken.
Okay.
The game is broken badly. And just like, y'all going fucking triple down. Y'all go fuck everybody over with this bullshit ass game and be like, yes, we going to talk about some bullshit. We going to give you some bullshit here, ladies and gentlemen.
We're in the age of broken games.
Yeah, broken games.
Broken game.
Yeah.
Broken game.
Mm-hmm. So
speaking of broken games.
Oh yeah, shout out to Todd because Todd want us to talk about it. Because Todd was like, "Can you
what?"
Talk about Fallout 76, how shitty that thing is. I'm like, I got you, Todd.
The thing is, we haven't played it.
Well, I played it.
Oh, you've played it. I haven't played it.
I played the game. Is buggy as hell. The game is like, if you play Fallout 4, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Except for there's non-NPC.
Man, remember how happy we were when the first time they mentioned Fallout 76?
Because
like, that's cool.
It looks cool.
Now it's an MMO. Like, wait, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that. And you saying there's no single player? It's just all online?
No, they say like, there's single player, but I'm like, but not like a real single
No,
player.
he go the thing and all the stuff that's supposed to be included, all this stuff, you're like, okay, it still didn't come out. And also, I thought they were supposed to do a free expansion pack with like, the single player campaign. But no, just no. It's just like, fuck you, give us money. Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, especially Bethesda, they're just like,
fuck you, pay me. They becoming, you know how EA is still the worst company? They try and take EA's drone. Like, no, we want to be number one.
Well, Blizzard's right now in that.
Blizzard is still off.
Like,
yeah, I'm not sure.
They're all they
in the battle royale of being the worst company.
Like, there's supposed to be a battle royale version of Fallout 76 coming out soon too. I don't know. I
think that was they did a testing of that, and I was like,
I ain't gonna get into that.
I was like, okay, but I was like, that's to say, it's like with that, like you can think of the worst companies right now. You think of Blizzard, you think of Bethesda, you think of EA. Also, a company that is always on fire right now is 2K Games.
Yeah, you think
like
we're
2K.
I was about to say segue into that when I said broken games.
Like 2K game, like okay. I understand you fucked up on NBA. And y'all still fuck up on NBA because you guys are just like double down on dumb shit. Be like, you know what? We just gonna keep fucking up this game, and like the community's not liking it. For me, I just pretty much like fuck it, whatever. I just enjoy like season like general manager because first I'm like, what the fuck is this? I can't do anything. Then I realize, they add a patch that you can actually change the minutes on this. That'd be very helpful to explain. But I'll just say, okay, well, fine, fuck it, fine, whatever. I'm not buying this fucking, like, no. Like, I remember before, I used to be like, yo, I'm going to, like, microtransactions, get the VC, everything else. Not doing that this year. Not this year, no. Like, only BC I bought was, like, $2 worth, and that's it. And I kind of felt bad, like, I was this short, just like, fuck it, I just need 5,000 BC, and I kind of felt dirty afterwards. But I was like, it's so easy to get BC. And I was just like, shit, I ain't spend that $2, but fuck it, whatever. I think it was a gift card, so really, I didn't pay anything. So it's like,
yeah, at least that's that.
So it's like, cool, awesome. But like, I was like, well, whatever. At least they can fuck. I said at least maybe they can make Ray with WWE 2K20. But then I realized like 19 was a shit show. But I said it was a shit show, but it cannot be worse. Boy, I was fucking wrong.
You wrong.
I'm wrong. I was so wrong. I have to say is that game is not a dumpster fire. That game is a Chicago fire.
Yeah, it's something. From what I've read, they said they switched companies halfway through.
Yeah, it went to visual.
Yeah.
No, they dropped Ukes. So Ukes used to be it, and they make visual concepts. Is now the people behind that, and I have to say, it's holy shit.
Yeah.
That game looks bad.
Yeah.
That game
plays bad,
and those character models looks fucking terrible. The
Yeah.
audio for that game sounds fucking terrible because there's you can tell some mixes be like, holy shit, that doesn't sound right. Some songs sound low, some sounds really fucking high and could pop your fucking eardrums. Like, holy shit, like what the fuck is going on?
The fact that you can release a game in this state now, in this day and age,
like that's a cliche now. That's like I am not surprised anymore that people like companies release games that really fucking shitty now. Just like, well, what can you expect? And I'm just like, this is not like a big blow to like 2K games this year being like, you guys, y'all are just a hot fucking mess. Please stop.
One after another. Huh? Yeah, I saw the videos of like the model comparisons from last year's to this year's. It looks like it's a PS2.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh, what the fuck is going on?
Do?
Like, why your hair textures got worse?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have to say. How did y'all mess up on the hair? Y'all had decent hair, and now it's like, nope.
Yeah, it's kind of just unforgivable to do something like that. At that point, you might as well just not release it, because it honestly just tarnishes your reputation even more.
Yeah.
Especially after this year, like, let's release NBA 2K, but kind of make it buggy. Let's release WWE, but also it's kind of buggy. Like, I don't know. Why at this point?
Yeah, it's just like,
it's just like I said, it's just bad reputation. It's like,
I got bad reputation. Releasing bad games is
also
my reputation.
2K and Blizzard they released Modern Warfare on the Xbox and PS4, but it's right now. When we're getting reports, is that it's crashing Xbox One X's. Just Xbox One X specifically, which is kind of weird. It's working fine on the PS4.
Yeah.
Which is kind of says a lot.
Because they put more PS4, more money.
Yeah, I know. I honestly don't know what to say because that's what happened apparently to the last Call of Duty game. So.
It's just like, okay, sure. I was have to say, okay, sure.
We're not playing Call of Duty anymore. What do we got to care about it? What else we got on here today? Yooka-Laylee, the video game. Apparently Yooka-Laylee got a sequel out. It's called The Impossible Lair, and it's actually 2D and good.
And you played it?
What, The Impossible Lair or the original one?
I
want to play the new one.
Okay.
Because it looks actually really fun.
Because I know the other one's on
Game Pass. Yeah, I just got on Game Pass, and I just finished it like 2 weeks, like 3 days ago. And all I gotta say is, if you are a fan of the Banjo-Kazooie, you will like this game too. But I think there's a lot of moments where it's like, why did they do it like this? Because a lot of the levels are really, really, really huge. So there's a lot of like, I gotta go over there. Ah, shit. It's almost like half the game map just to go to a specific spot to get more. Things. It's a collectathon. If you're into collectathons like Donkey Kong 64 or Banjo-Tooie, Mario 64, it's it brings back that old feeling of like, oh yeah, I remember this. Getting new moves to access stuff that I couldn't before.
Had to go back, everything else.
Yeah, and I like the music only because Grant Kirkhope. I remember when I just paused the game, I heard I'm like, man. It feels like I actually paused like Banjo-Kazooie and the whole back then day of like, that's good music right there. I think I like Yooka-Laylee. Like, I at least played enough to finish it. Less I can say for the other games that are on like, Game Pass. I never got to finish. Like, oh god, I don't want to finish this game. I started Blair Witch. I couldn't finish it because I was like, whatever. I started Jump Force and I was like, I'm not gonna finish this game. It's just way too long. But this one I was like, I'll finish it. And I got to the end. Some of the bosses are really frustrating to play because it's, I don't know. There's the whole thing of like fighting a boss, dying. You kind of have like learn from trial and error. And like, oh, what's he gonna do here? And he just falls and drops on you. Like, okay, I didn't know he was gonna do that. And so you just stop. You just die and you start all the way back from the beginning. Like, fuck. So, I personally liked it. I was like, I think it was enjoyable enough to say like, you know, it was a good one. But now the new one's out, which is weird because like, you know, I didn't even know it was gonna come out until probably like 2-3 weeks ago, and then people talk about like, oh, it's actually good. I'm like, what? Then they're playing it. It plays more like Donkey Kong Country. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, wow, really? And then I see the videos and all that. I'm just like, okay, that actually looks pretty good. You know, I actually might play that game now. Yeah, I do want to play that game. Hopefully, it goes on Game Pass. That'd be great if it's on Game Pass. But it looks like it might be like a long time for that one. Because it took a long time for this one to get on there too. Also, I can't finish the last part of Bloodstained, man. What? I'm on the last boss.
Too much?
It's really hard. I was just like, damn, what the I got through a lot of the bosses I had to like actually get used to like fighting, but then this one right here, I'm just like, damn, this is
had to use different attacks, my friend.
I guess, I don't know. Anyways, last thing, I guess. Do we have a Chicago minute to talk about this time? I don't even know.
It's called That's Your Chicago Second. The weather changing. Supposed to snow next week.
It's supposed to snow?
Yep.
What the hey? Also, if you've noticed all the helicopters in the sky, that's because, according to this, Trump's going to be here Monday in Chicago. That's what's going on. Anyways, next thing is the movie I saw over the weekend, which was, I don't know.
Say it.
Zombieland Double Tap. I remember because that was one of the movies that me and Pierre saw at the Crown, and we actually really liked that movie because it was something kind of cool at that time. In 2009, it was one of the first few like zombie things that kind of subverted your expectations. You know, because it felt like, oh, this is the American version of Shaun of the Dead, and it kind of was for the most part. But when this one came out 10 years later, what the heck? There was a show too in the middle. It came out and then Amazon was supposed to pick it up and never did anything with it. And the funny thing is, I think what they say was the first Zombieland was supposed to be actually a TV show. Because it just took a bunch of parts and just put it together. Now 10 years later, there's a whole new second movie. And ever since then, everyone in that cast has gone on to do way better and much, more respectable things. Jesse Eisenberg went to do The Social Network and all that stuff. Now he's an okay actor. Oh, jeez. Woody Harrelson, of course, is still doing, really good stuff. Emma Stone, too. And now they're back to doing this thing. So if you see in the trailer, there's like a new character, which is the dumb blonde character. And I read online people saying like, oh man, I thought she was going to be annoying, but she was actually pretty fun. No, not me. I hated that character. I hate the characters that are just dumb for no reason at all, And every time she was on, I was like, oh god. It annoyed me when she was on there. For the most part, it was okay. I was like, yeah, there's some violence in it. You can like that. A lot of jokes are kind of like, oh, it was alright, But there's a lot of references to zombie stuff. Because they're saying like, oh, I'm glad you're back. You chose to choose us out of all the zombie-related media out there, so thank you. I'm just like, huh, now they're self-aware, huh? If you forget, the guy who made this also made Venom. Well, he directed the first Zombieland. Then he went off to do some other movie, which I don't remember, but he did that in Venom. Now he did this one, which is that an upgrade? I don't think so. And now in this world, there are now stronger zombies. So they're harder to kill. Which I'm like, I guess that's one way to up the stakes. I thought it was okay. It was an alright movie. A lot of people seem to love it though. Well, against what the critics say and what the people say, people loved it more. But for me, I'm just like, it's.
You're like, no.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it other than it's good. Oh my god. What the heck? What's going on here? Who's calling me? Anyways, if you also didn't notice, hey, just look what I got on this thing right here. It is the 5.
You got the 5, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
The Apple Watch 5.
So what happened to the 1?
I gave it to my sister.
Oh, nice. What she thought?
She was really happy for it. You know, it feels nice to like, you know what? I'm not gonna have like a second one, weird one that I store away.
Yeah.
You know, to like.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
And she liked it. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. And I had to give her the rundown. Like, okay, here we go. This is what it does. It does this. It does this, and blah 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 blah.
XYZ.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I just wanted to upgrade right before I went, or right before I left. That's the thing. I'm like, oh.
So you add to your plan?
Because the battery. What do you mean?
You add it to your plan on
Yes.
your phone? Okay. So it's it's 4G, right?
Yes, it is.
Gotcha.
The battery on the other one I had was kind of going a lot faster than normally. I noticed. I'm like, oh, that's weird. But this battery right here lasts really good. Along with the 11 Pro, it's like, damn. Like usually, if I do a whole day of like doing whatever I do, I'll be like at 50%, like halfway. But I can do like whatever I want to do, and then it'll be like at 75 by the end of the day. And so I'm just like, hey, that's all right by me. So the new things they have, you can have, I don't know if this is new, but a cardiogram.
Yeah, no, that's from 4.
That's 4? Where you touch the thumb?
Yep.
And then it, okay, so it does that. Is the compass new then?
That's 5 exclusive.
Oh,
the
exclusive.
compass.
Well, it's on there. I use it. I'm like, oh, I'll use this. Never, because when am I ever going to be in the woods?
Yep.
Apparently now. Hey, it's a robot call.
Yep. I've been getting robocalls too.
You hear that?
Yep.
That's your favorite. No. Anyways, that's your 5 review right there. I like it a lot. It's a pretty big upgrade from what I had before.
Yeah. From you went to 1 to 5, so yes.
Yeah, just like how I went from Samsung all the way to X. It's like, damn. Like,
I don't have my 4 on me because I went to sleep and forgot to charge it.
Oh, okay.
So it was like halfway dead. And I was like, let me charge this.
Yeah.
But should we get going because the movie starts?
Yeah, I know it starts soon, but I always feel like there's always like 15 minutes worth of stuff. Anyways, thanks for listening to us. We'll be back again the week after. Yeah, the beginning of Movie-vember. Will I still do it?
No.
I think I will, but it's gonna be on Twitter, and I don't even know if I want to keep that up because it's such a fucking hard thing to do.
On Twitter? You good? You back on Twitter, baby?
I know what I'm saying. I'll be doing it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because Facebook, whatever.
Facebook. Nah, man. AOC got your ass.
AOC, wow. I maybe just do it. Maybe I'll do it on Facebook. Just be little things like, oh yeah, I watched this. All right, that was good. Maybe if I feel like it. Yeah. Go to our Facebook site, facebook.com. That's funny. I crashed Facebook, and I was like, oh, go to Facebook anyways.
Facebook.com/the dead pixels of the internet.
Yeah, I go there, like the page. You get a new like, you get your name mentioned. It's like like the end of every video that has a Patreon. You say your name.
Say your name, just like Patreon, but you don't have to pay us. Not yet, please.
Not yet, and never. We'll be always free. This sponsored by Raid Legends. No, just kidding.
This sponsored by Ray Your Mama Legends.
And it's also by those weird earphones that everyone seems to...
Oh, Raycons?
Yes, Raycons.
Yeah, the Ray J headphones. Yeah. Okay.
It's like, man, everyone's getting like...
They're getting that sponsor money.
Oh,
yeah, it feels really good. I was just like, no, it doesn't.
Wow. Yeah, so go to our Facebook, go to our regular site, thedeadpixeloftheinternet.podbean.com.
Yes.
That's our page, all 419 episodes for the glorious 420, and until we get to the point where it's 420.69.
Yeah.
At that point, baby. Jesus Christ. Go to our Twitter Mine, just at Joe Manuel.
Mine's at Broken Instagram. Also go to our YouTube channel at
Dead Pixels Internet.
Subscribe to there. Also subscribe to the Skill Tree Chicago YouTube channel as well, where I do gameplay let's plays. Boy, that was good.
Yeah, watch the Battletoad. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have Battletoads?
Yes.
Apparently you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
Go to our Spotify. Go to our iTunes.
Yes.
Go to our Stitcher Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Stitcher Radio.
Still there.
I remember the Batusi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go to all those. And we'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get you. This has been the Dead Pixel Internet.
Kicking it in the 2000.